Another thing I'd like to talk about, which is a very important issue that people can somehow justify, is the level of tariffs we have. I guess people just associate the tariffs with the WTO regime and assume that they need tariffs because the WTO doesn't want tariffs. Well, I agree that WTO does plenty of things wrong, especially forcing countries to enforce intellectual property laws. The lower tariff has been beneficial for everyone. A government imposing a tariff on a country, on its own people, it's forcing its own people to discriminate against others. It's from some sort of old sense of nationalism that we have to show the world that our country is better. Something like that. But really, it's forcing us to buy products from American companies. Why does it make sense to discriminate against other countries in favor of America? It would almost make sense if it was completely a local project. I totally encourage shopping and frequenting local establishments where you can establish a personal relationship with someone and where you can feel secure that the product's quality is top-notch and that you're going to get a good bargain. That's always useful. But I'm talking about buying from American companies who sometimes even outsource to other countries and don't even hire American workers. It just seems like it's not fair to protect domestic industries. It's not fair for the third world countries. If we really want to do something that would benefit those third world countries, it would be to lower the tariff so that we'd buy more of their products. People find it tragic. Oh no, they're working for 8 cents an hour. Or, oh no. Well, that clearly means that they need the job more. Granted, I think there is a sense that most people feel that you should be able to work for yourself and own a product that you create. But beyond that vague sense, if somebody agrees to a contract where they work 10 cents an hour, it's clear that that person needs the job more than somebody who gets paid $10 an hour. So rather than discriminate against the workers who get paid the least, we should purposefully buy the products. And we do by acting in our self-interest and buying the cheapest products. Because obviously those products would come from the cheapest labor. Another reason why I do encourage frequenting local businesses, like ones in your community where you can establish a personal relationship with the proprietor, is that it's hard to know how much longer we're going to be able to rely on government spending. Recently, Obama spent billions on the Highway and Road Reconstruction Act. But as we can see, the sovereign debt crises in Europe, adjustment is necessary at some point. It gets to a point when we actually don't even have enough money to pay back the interest. You can't even service that small amount of money, a small percentage of the actual what you've spent. And then when that happens, the country loses the ability to be sovereign. It becomes a debtor to the other countries of the world when it receives an IMF loan or of something of the like. The important thing is that we should be prepared for cutbacks in government. And as a result, by frequenting the local establishments, you're not relying on all those transportation costs that the government provides for you by building all these roads for free for you. subsidizing all the oil companies, etc. We can't guarantee that transportation costs won't go up. In fact, they're definitely going to go up. Unless we can find some alternative miracle source of energy. And that'll absolutely come when it becomes necessary, when we actually start running low on substitutions for fuel. There will be a need for that, and it will be developed in spite of spending or any such measures by government. Once something becomes necessary, it can be provided by the free market.